You're watching The Roach on Florida TV.
Here's what I'm getting at, Phil. I've always felt like if there's any other country that's like America, I've always felt it's Australia. I just feel like the people are similar. Their outlook on life is similar. Do you have people in your country when your prime minister was putting down these mandates where people are going, hey, man, don't tell us what to do, Mr. Prime Minister, because that's what we have in this country.
Yeah, and we're not nearly as heavily armed as some of your people as well. Well, I've got to say, we've watched those pictures with fascination. We find that really scary, I have to say, because, but we also understand that you've got rights, and people like to carry them out, which is fine. Yeah, look, there was some debate, but I think actually our debate was more on the other side. There were more people who wanted to go harder into lockdown. So the general sort of national consensus was, okay, let's get together, let's do this. Because we'd only just come out of another national crisis because we had wildfires over our summer. We're in autumn at the moment. We get wildfires every year, but these ones actually went through like populated areas, so that was quite devastating, and they were huge and everywhere. Over 100 fires burning at one stage. So we'd just come through one national crisis where people were pulling together, and then we okay, well, here's another one. That's all right. Let's just keep that going. Let's do what we need to do.
Well, it is weird because I'm all for our rights, but when I saw people armed and standing at courthouses in Michigan, saying, it's my right to stand here with a gun, and it's like, dude, maybe you're right, but you're just insinuating you want a problem, or you're potentially going to create a problem. It was frightening to see people about a virus standing there with armed as a militia, or as as if tyranny from this virus is going to take over. And
well, that's your constitution. It's designed to do that, right?
Well, I get, but I'm scared of it, and I know people have the rights. I don't think you should be walking around a courthouse, into a grocery store, into a Home Depot here with a gun. I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know what you're saying to me when you do that, except you're scaring the hell out of everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I have to say, like, our courthouses and our, legislatures, those buildings are sacrosanct. If anybody came anywhere near them, armed like that, the riot squad would be all over it. There's a lot of respect for those institutions here, and that sort of stuff wouldn't be tolerated.
Well, and I know I didn't start this conversation to get on a gun thing, but since I've got you here, just to ask you, and I know back in the, how many years has it been since you guys have really changed your gun laws? Just tell me honestly, because I'm telling you, I do not get an honest story here. Anytime it comes up with Australia and them repealing their gun laws and sort of taking your guns away, has it made a difference?
Oh, huge. Yes, we haven't had a mass shooting of any type whatsoever since the early 90s. The last one was that Port Arthur massacre. And, of course, criminals with murderous intent will be able to get hold of firearms if they really want to. But we weren't a firearm carrying country anyway. It was mostly people who lived in the country and farmers. But, people kind of some people ended up with a few firearms or what have you. But it wasn't like a massive national pastime. It was still a bit of a, like going to the shooting range and what have you was still kind of an outlying sport. There were people who did it, of course. We won a couple of gold medals at the Olympics in trap shooting and what have you. But it tended to be the people who had the guns were out in the farms and what have you. So it wasn't a massive affront to our civil liberties.
No, it'll never happen here. And I know there's people I'm certain that will comment on this and, tell you the size of Australia compared to the United States and the amount of guns that we already have out there. So I know this isn't going to change that. But I was curious because we always hear a different argument that, oh, it didn't make a difference. In fact, the amount of shootings in Australia have gone up. It's tripled, it's doubled, and
No, that's just not true. That's just not true.
No more Roach on Florida TV.